Hello there, what you doing? Come back. Hey, listen, there is incredible news this week. We're gonna explain the new logic of flying, the license mechanics, what you can buy with packs and with USD. There is a new airplane, an incredible question, the Ask Me Anything section, so don't go away, the news comes soon. Hello everybody and welcome to SimFly News. This is Roberto Capodici, SimFly spokesperson, and I'm here, and when I'm not here I am inside the forum, I am inside other chat place in Telegram with all of you to bring you detailed news of SimFly on the go. So welcome to the weekly news video. And we have a few news for this week. First of all, we are working with the community to remove wrongdoings. There is a lot of way to cheat in SimFly, and until now that we are still coding the important things, that's okay. I mean, like, what is important is to share it with us so that we can put some stops with software. I want to clarify that we cannot impose people not to do something unless we can block this thing via software. Okay, so there are things that, for example, we cannot tell people you cannot wear blue colored socks when you fly with SimFly. We have no way to monitor unless there was a camera that point to the feet of the people while they're flying. I don't know why I'm saying this example, but we have no way to stop people from doing something we cannot control. So things that we can control, we're gonna act upon it. And for example, there were a lot of people doing microflight, starting and landing immediately. In the past was also okay when we had only the license that receive packs, tokens, and experience point. Doing this, it was affecting just the license, and that was fine. But now it's going to affect the airplane that they are using, because it's going to be locked in ground maintenance for hours, only after flying for 2 minutes. It's going to affect the airport, the consume rotation without making their correct income. So the whole ecosystem is affected by something like that. So what we thought is legitimate to do short flight, because if you're learning to fly, you want to do short flight. If there are situations where there is a very close nearby airport, you want to do this flight. But it's not okay to make every other user pay for those short flights. So what we did, we said, okay, let's put a minimum length of flight to make it a valid flight for action, like ground operation work for the airplane, rotation, movement for the airports, and all the packs, all the experience point. But we are not canceling the flight or hiding it. In fact, flights that are short still recorded in the logbook of the pilot. So if I am doing a learning situation where I'm just taking off and landing very fast, the flight is going to be listed in between all the flight that I've done. Simply is not generating packs, is not generating experience point, and is not going to create a situation where airplane gets stuck. So you can do many flights. The airplane will never be blocked for ground operation work, which is a positive thing. And the airport is now getting burned his own, rotation where he has to make money. For this reason, flight short are okay, but and they're registered and they participate also in the statistics. So when you have statistic of airport, how many landings the pilot that is flying, how many hour is flown, etc., he will count. So it's good that those are real flights that people do. We just remove the penalties, the consequences are there, and the reward as well that there are. So now we have a limit of 20 minutes. We raised the bar very high, 20 minutes, because we want to get the feedback from the community. Obviously, a few were, 20 minutes so long, there are airports, they're so close, etc. Pay attention that this is flown time, so it's not a linear distance that if you fly for 20 minutes, 21 minutes, and land at the same airport is still generating your packs, your experience point, and also the ground operation for the airplane, etc., etc. But you fly 15 minutes, now you're free to take off again for another flight. Now, if you think that 20 minutes is too long, just talk with us in a nice and polite manner, as the community usually do. There's always so nice and kind when they talk to us. And let us know if we see that, in fact, there is a good reason to change this number from 20 to 30 minutes or 20 to 15. We can do that, okay? But you understand the reason why now, and you should have already noticed because it's already 1 day or two, short flight below 20 minutes from takeoff to landing, not from when you press the button to start the flight to the end of the flight, from takeoff to landing on the air, they need to remain for at least 20 minutes in order to earn your packs, earn the experience point, and also reduce the timers, etc., etc. Okay, and this is one of the things that we have done. Next news. Now, as you all know, the junior license were introduced, and we are selling a lot of them, which means there are a lot of new users that don't own airplanes, so the airplane rental mission is working. The junior license, in fact, is not allowed to enter the, for example, unrestricted flight mission or other mission. There should be maybe in the future some mission where the junior license can also participate, but very few. But we were focusing mostly in the airplane rental. Somebody came to us and said, damn, when I have no license, I can go on the test pilot mission and I can fly with my, virtual airline, and, I don't have to worry that there is an airplane that is for rent in a place or another. And was so convenient because I go to the test pilot mission, I can fly from wherever. In fact, people with a regular license, they do this by going to the unrestricted mission. But the junior license was stuck with exclusively the airplane rental. So we thought that that's not fair. We need to give the equivalent of the unrestricted mission also to the junior license. And we thought, let the junior license access the test pilot mission as if it is their own unrestricted mission, let's say, with only the limit that the test pilot mission doesn't generate all the movement that it generates, flying the restricted mission, which means that when a person with the junior pilot license fly on the test pilot mission is exactly the same as when somebody with no license flying the test pilot mission. So they earn a little bit of bucks, but very little compared to go to the airplane rental mission. And they don't cause airport to be stuck with, to remove movement rotation from airport. Airplane, you cannot choose the airplane, so airplanes are not affected. And the packs that they earn are limited to the time of the timer. And the experience point, they're limited to the timer. There is no extra experience point. And so practically it's like going to the test pilot mission when you don't have a license. And we did this so that people with the junior license can also use SimFly when do flights that are not available in the airplane rental mission. Maybe they, with their own friends, they're flying from a particular airport to another with particular airplane, and there is no such airplane in the airport, and they cannot. So they go to the test pilot mission. Obviously, the revenue is pretty much close to zero, so they are mostly pushed to go to the airplane rental mission in order to earn enough bucks to then get a regular license or get airplanes or whatever they want to do in SimFly. So this is another thing that I wanted to share with you all. And so if you have friends that want to try SimFly, invite them, and they're gonna be easy access with the junior pilot license. They, as you know, cost less than $10. Again, all the things that we made, for some reason there were user hoarding licenses, and the community came to us complaining that some users were hoarding license, and we saw this. We don't understand yet the strategy of purchasing so many licenses, but there is the stock of the license is very limited. So many times these people that earn enough packs, with all the activity they do, they were going there mostly when there was a discount, and they were purchasing all the license, and new users that were arriving in SimFly had no space to buy license. So let me explain the rules about licenses very well. The junior license can be purchased only by accounts that have no license. So if you have an account that already has a license, you cannot purchase the junior license because you don't need a junior license. You don't need an entry point. You already have your license. You can fly with that one. Okay. And the junior license can be only purchased with US dollars, cannot be purchased with packs, because a new user in theory has 0 packs. So he's arrived, enter, and start earning packs. And this is for the junior license. The regular license has 2 rules. So can be purchased in packs token only if the account own 0 licenses completely, because let's say a new user says, okay, I don't care about the junior license, I want to go straight to the license. We have the user marketplace already open. So what they do, they go to the user marketplace, they purchase packs from another user, and then they use those packs to buy their first license. Okay, this is one occasion. Another occasion to buy a license with packs is when you have the junior pilot license. So you have the junior pilot license, then you earn enough packs to buy the license, and then when you buy the license, you can check out using packs, and maybe mix with dollars or only packs, and you can buy a license. But if you already own one regular license, the only way to buy more regular license is to pay in US dollars. So you cannot use packs to buy a regular license if you already own one or more regular licenses. Now, why we do this? Because the community told us that people were, and we noticed as soon there was, some sale on the, for example, sales on the licenses, they were going there and burn a lot of PAX token and remove those licenses from the availability of new users. Now, if somebody really wants to have multiple licenses for some reason in the same account, then he has to do really the effort to buy those with US dollars. In this way, we try to limit as much as possible one regular license per account. And then people, I know as soon as we open the user marketplace, there is going to be a lot of license for sales already upgraded to graded to. So let's see what happens. But for now, we try to get a lot of new users into SimFly. We need to give an easy entryway to those new users. Now again, if some user create another account, not much we can do. But at least one account, one regular license with packs, and then if there are more, are bought with money. So that's one other things we did thanks to the community feedback. Oh, another incredible news, there is a new airplane that is available. We were maintaining our word of releasing new airplane for a week, and we have to say thank you, Patrick, for, taking care of all the flow about creating new airplanes every week. Not an easy thing. We need to have the livery ready. We need to collect all the details. We need to code into the system the behavior of the airplane. So the airplane for this week is the Fokker F28. Fokker F28 is 50% discount because it's new for a limited amount of time. The Fokker F28 is a regional jet with 2 motors and short range. It's being introduced in the market in 1967. I wasn't born yet there, even if I look like I did. Dinosaurs were still roaming around, piloting airplanes. It can transport up to 85 passengers. Is well known because it's a very strong and reliable airplane, and can fly in airport with very short runways. Last but not least important, updates on a lot of things that we're doing. Personally, I'm involved in a very cool stuff with the forum to then brings, in the forum there is a chat. We are going to bring this chat outside the forum, also in your web application, so you'll be able to click in an airport and send a chat message to the owner of the airport, for example, rather than see somebody logbook and then communicate, or if you have a group with the same interest, you can chat together. So we are bringing this to be the communication system between users, to organize yourself, ask for airplane for rent in specific locations. So it is an interesting thing also to chat with support. We are going to bring this in the next I hope a few days. I am stuck with some issue in the coding. I'm coding the things myself, so be patient if it's not the best quality, but as much as I'm doing this, there are other people that are actually paid by SimFly to do update and upgrades, and we are working on a lot of small details. As much as you know, we have the user marketplace that is going to be released as soon as possible, and in fact, for this reason, for the user marketplace, we had to change and modify the terms and conditions of SimFly. You will notice if you log out and log back in, you are requested to sign and approve the new terms and conditions. There is all the aspect about all the finance, how you can cash out the money, etc., etc. So has been all revised, and this is because we are very close, not too close, but close enough to take care of this legal aspect about the user marketplace in order to then roll it out. And this is pretty much all I have to share about the new things on SimFly. Let's move to the Ask Me Anything section. First question is by Ale Italy 1967, has been asked April 13, 2025 as 3 vote, and he says, "Hi guys, I was asking about the possibility of inserting the comments of the rental airplane window, where by clicking on a model of my own airplane, it shows me on the map where it is located, then the possibility by clicking to see which are all the airplanes that are in flight at the moment." Ale Italy, yeah, we are working on some future on maps, so users that have many assets, they can locate them immediately, also for locating the correct airplane in the correct airport when doing airplane rental. Let's wait and see, and it's taking a little while how we come out with these things, and then if what we did that doesn't satisfy what you're asking for, then we can study deeper exactly which is your request. But thank you for the suggestion, and we're working already in all those things, so hopefully we're gonna make it right for what you need. Question number two has been asked by Nico Stan, May 3rd, 2025, and has 3 votes. Good morning. It would be useful to improve the search system. From the charter mission menu, it means the airplane rental mission menu, it would be useful to be able to put the planes in order by nation, region, and cities. It could be simplified. The search by ICAO code by entering only the first 2 letters. In this way, you can find all the airplane for rent, the charter planes, in the vicinity of a preferred geographical area. That's very good point. Check now, we made a new filter by nation, so you can say I want to see everything that is in Germany, for example, and it's gonna locate all the things in Germany. I know it's not so precise as you ask, that you go by airport. It is a big database to implement, not so obvious, but yeah, we are working to make all these things better. But check, we already created a new filter where you can search by nation, so you can filter by country. Question number 3 is being asked by G. De Martino, May 16, 2025, has 3 votes. is asking, would it be possible to develop a premium dashboard to monitor the status of the own asset on a single page? Specifically, I would like to be able to check in one section how many aircraft are currently rented and view the counters for ground operations of each airplane. It means a small pie chart showing the number of rentals per aircraft would also be appreciated. Gide Martino, yes, we are working in making these things, absolutely. That's something is actually currently under, coding. And I want to use your question to show everybody and explain everybody when we architected SimFly and so designed the UI without yet having the quantity of users we have now, and you can see that we never taught user to get so many assets each. In fact, the UI we made was to have an eye on 3 assets, 5, 6, but we realized that there are people, there is almost 100 assets in a single account, and this requires, as you say, Gide Martino, requires a completely different user interface to manage and handle all these things. So, for this reason, we are coding something completely different. It's a long process because there is the UI UX, all the wireframe, and then the implementation, and then all the queries that need to be done. We don't want to put too much weight in a single server. So it's a long process, but we're working on it. So thank you for pointing this out. It's absolutely something that we realize is needed. Question number 4 has been asked by Rude. The 18th of May 2025 has 3 votes, and Ruth says, why does landing rate say that I landed too soft, butter landing, and decrease my point by about 70% for it? I mean, when there is rain and snow on the runway, or the wind is too strong to risk too much gliding above the runway, I would even say there is a legit as a reason for the decreasing the points of landing. However, if I had no city's condition, so there is calm wind and runway is dry, it doesn't make any sense to me to decrease my performance and packs. Not at even single bounce, a secure landing with smoothness limiting my landing rate. I wish myself a constructive answer, and I can also learn more about that. As always, best regard. Rude, you are absolutely right. These things about the landing rate and landing score, as many users know, is a little bit of a drama that goes ahead for about 1 year. We agree with you, that's completely unfair, and it has been changed based on community feedback that before was the complete opposite. You land, you needed to land soft, and now you need to land strong. The truth is, the algorithm there need a complete remaking. For this reason, exactly after your pointing out your flight details and what you show, we group in SimFly has decided to put like a small studying, and we're gonna involve the community as well. We're going to redo completely this algorithm in order to reflect what is correct. It is complex. There are so many variables inside this, from the fuel, the weight of the airplane, there is the length of the runway, there is the wind, there is a lot of things. But how the algorithm is structured now, that makes no sense in my opinion. So we do what we should have done back 1 year ago, and work that I had done but it's never been used. We are going to prepare an algorithm, prepare a nice explanation, share it with the community, prepare a small tool where the community can play with numbers and see the results, and all together we're gonna come to a conclusion on which is the best algorithm, and it's gonna be transparent, so when somebody land, they can click a button and go see the whole calculation based on all the variables that come from the flight simulator and the reason why the score is done in a certain way. In fact, in the forum, we're gonna prepare a section where people can discuss about this thing, and hopefully we're gonna do the right things and everybody's going to be happy. So yes, you're right, and it needs to be redone. For the moment, it is what it is. I'm sorry, we cannot change the past, but we're gonna change the future to make things better. Thank you, Rud, for your message. Thank you for watching the video of today news, and please subscribe to our social media. What I have to say, every time my grandma goes and take the airplane before she goes shopping, because she goes to the market with her airplane, I always tell her, Grandma, take off and get more chocolate, more cakes, more stuff from the market.